Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. Today, we're watching Torchwood, and quite frankly, it's about time. Hi.
Hello.
I thought I'd mix it up a bit.
What, to go for like the high version of Lucy? Hi.
What was that? I answered the door to someone the other day, didn't I? And I went, hiya, and then you took the piss out of me.
It's not bad. If that's how you speak, that's how you speak. But
Yeah.
it's like, I just find it funny because it just doesn't look like it should come out of Stephen.
No, because I'm bland and I have zero personality.
You're not bland.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. My shoulder's still hurting, but it's getting better.
Okay. Our weekly update on our aches and pains.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a big dramatic injury to tell the listeners about.
You lost a fight with a step.
I did. So I've been away this week for 2 nights on a school residential trip. So Ben was without me.
It was so sad.
You missed me.
I did miss you.
I missed you.
Beep, beep, beep.
But yeah, on the first night, I tripped on some stairs and I fell and I hit just by my eye, on my eyebrow, right on the corner of the metal, like hard, sharp bit of step. And I fell, and then I put my hand there and there was blood, and then it was pouring past my face. And I had to get someone first aid trained to come and sort me out. And
Catch you up.
yeah, and I grabbed the wall to kind of pull myself up and then smeared blood all over the wall. It looked like a murder scene. But yeah, it was a dramatic school trip. It would be one I'll remember.
And Stephen texted me and I was fast.
Yeah, you were already asleep because you go to bed early because you've got to be up early. And I was like, okay, I know you're not going to get this till the morning, but I've had a dramatic evening. And yeah, seriously, I've never seen so much blood though.
Do you think you lost a cup?
I did it. It probably looks more than it actually is. But yeah.
Oh yeah, your jumper.
Oh, my poor jumper, my new jumper that I love.
Where is it?
It's still in my suitcase.
Oh my God, Stephen.
I need to try and wash it out because it's covered with dried blood now.
You just need to Google how to get dry blood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho.
Anyway, so
He's on
the
mend.
That was dramatic. But I'm back now.
You're back.
That means I can be your chauffeur again.
Yeah.
Which was the real reason you missed me, wasn't it?
No. I can get myself home. Okay, I have several things to say.
About Torchwood?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we're on episodes 7 and 8 we've just watched of Miracle Day.
Yeah.
Immortal Sins and End of the Road. Okay, what have you got to say?
I'm still bored.
You're bored?
I just feel like we don't get very many things answered in an episode. We don't
No.
get very many. So we know that at the end of the first episode we watched this weekend, we know that Angelo is like, oh, I'm alive. Hey, babes. And he's gone on to have many children.
Yeah.
And a wife.
Yeah.
And which I understand for the time.
Yeah, it happened.
Because it was to protect himself.
Yeah.
It was nice when she said he never lied about loving you and being in love with you. And yeah, anyhow. But like the first episode, I was a bit like, oh my God, it felt so out of place.
So I was looking forward to that episode because I thought you would actually like it because I think you like gay romance and historical stuff.
I do. But for me, I just feel like it came out of Sidefield. I was like, oh, hello. Okay.
Yeah. And you kept saying, oh, we don't need to be seeing this. They don't need to show this. I was like, you haven't watched it yet. They're obviously showing it for a reason.
But we've got so many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
It just felt filler.
But this is obviously part of it. It's related to what's going on.
It could have been dealt.
Yeah. No, I do agree. I do agree the whole thing is drawn out. And we've said
filler
that.
after filler after filler after filler after filler.
We've said that many times. We know that.
You could have had a nice, this could have been a nice palate cleanser, where it could have been a Gwen-like episode or whatever you want to call them. And if you did the structure better. But this is what I'm struggling with. I'm actually struggling with the fact that I think sometimes Mr. Russ is very bad at structuring.
Do you think?
Stories he thinks should be 2-parters, I think, no, it should be 1 part. And stories that he thinks are 1 part, some of them should be 2 parts.
Well, that's your personal opinion.
We do not get much payoff. And I'm just getting bored.
I get it. We've said this about Miracle Day. It's drawn out. Anyway. So I quite like the flashbacks with Angelo. I think they're interesting. I always find it interesting to see more of Jack's life that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. I did like the fact that they introduced the eye birthmark.
Yeah.
So that they could work, so it could be, it's him.
Yes, that was obviously why they had it. It's good though. You said it was a triangle shape.
It looked like a triangle.
It might be.
Does the man actually have it? Or was it a contact?
I'm assuming it was a contact lens, yeah. But yeah, that was cool.
Oh, Russell must have been feeling horny when he wrote this episode.
He didn't write it. I think, I believe it was actually Jane S. Benson who wrote lots of Buffy and stuff like that.
Well, she was feeling her oats.
Well,
bums. Oh my God, of course. Jack was like, get out of bed and his bum was just on display.
Yeah. Well, if you remember in series 1 of Doctor Who, when he was on Satellite 5 with a game station and Trini and Susanna zapped his clothes off and he was naked. And then there was supposed to be a shot of him from behind and you saw his bum, but the BBC vetoed it, cancelled it.
Yeah, of course, because it's fucking 7 o'clock before Watershed.
Yeah. And he was so offended that his butt got cut, as he called it. So he must be glad that he gets to show his bum now.
Was it peachy? Was it perky?
I don't know. It was all right.
I just thought, to myself, it just wasn't needed.
Well, I think I understand you want plot. You want to know the overall plot, what's happening. But the way that this is structured it's a long, drawn-out overall plot. But you get interesting things going on.
But the B plot, this came out of Left Wing.
Left field.
What?
Left field.
Left Wing, I'm calling it.
But Left Wing is something completely different.
No, it just came out of Left Wing and I was just like, oh my God, there you are. What are we having here? Okay. Yeah.
But it feeds into the story. It's a bit like in Children of Earth when we saw the flashbacks of Jack giving the children over, all those years ago.
Yeah, but that was tied in very cleverly because it started at the beginning.
Yeah.
The very first scene
I see. So you feel
the very first scene that you opened with was Jack in history.
Yeah.
This flashback
I see what you mean then,
was just okay, we're now in the past. Was not done correctly. It was filler. Let's have a little bit of porn. Filler.
It wasn't that graphic.
If you're an actor and you get an erection...
Oh, God.
Wouldn't it be really awkward if they actually have sex on set?
Yeah, that would be highly unprofessional and bad.
Well, not highly unprofessional because porn stars do exist.
Yeah, no, but unprofessional for the film and TV industry.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's a whole... these days it's a lot more controlled with intimacy coordinators and everything, which has become more of a thing recently.
Heartstop had one of those.
Exactly.
Because there was so much fucking kissing in it.
Yeah.
Isn't there a rule that you're not allowed to use your tongue?
I don't know. It probably depends on many things. I think they probably discuss all that with the intimacy coordinator and the director and stuff, and everyone talks about what they feel comfortable to do and what they don't feel comfortable to do.
Do you want to shove your tongue down his throat?
And then they work it out from there. It is interesting, all that stuff, because I think people, like you said about getting an erection, I think people probably do get aroused. Yeah, because it's natural.
I've seen an outtake of this scene where this man got aroused.
Yeah, but I believe
in his boxers.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, what was that from?
I don't know, it was some TV show.
That sounds interesting. I'll have to look that up.
It was an outtake.
Yeah, but when it's sex scenes and stuff, I'm pretty sure they wear something that straps everything in place so that even if you do get aroused, it wouldn't be felt or noticeable.
But how are you supposed to wear that when your bum is on display?
I don't know, they have ways and means. Anyway, this is not an intimacy podcast.
No. Don't you think, if we're going to reboot Torchwood, I think I know who I want to play the lead.
Who?
Oh my God, I forgot his name. Oh, Kit Connor.
Kit Connor?
Yeah.
And what is his character?
A bit like Jack, but not Jack.
I don't see him anything like Jack at all.
Nice. And then Joe Locke can be there as well.
Who?
Joe Locke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Poor Joe Locke.
Sorry, Joe Locke. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second and then I realised what you meant.
You're the title character. Well, one of the title characters. Not title
There's
characters.
no title. Nobody's called Heartstopper.
You're one of the main characters and Stephen can't remember.
This is coming
God!
This is coming from
my God! My mother's name is Mary.
What about that?
You couldn't remember Joe Locke's name?
I couldn't remember her name. I don't know if it had ever been mentioned before.
My mother's name is Mary. How long have you worked with me?
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever actually name dropped her before in Torchwood.
Yeah, they have.
Have they?
Wedding.
But did you know it? No, you didn't.
No,
so
I
don't have a go
didn't.
at me.
No! I'm laughing because you couldn't remember Joe Locke, and I was just using it to
Oh,
link
I
back
see,
into...
yes.
Oh, my God, Stephen.
No, but when we were watching it, and he was listing Amwen, Reese, and then he said, your mother, and you commented, oh, you don't know her mother's name, and then it came up that Gwen was like, my mother's name is Mary. How long have we worked together and you didn't remember my mother's name? Anyway.
Oh, I do love it when people keep calling her English. She said, I'm not English.
I love that. When the guy's like, you're that English girl. Have I got that right? No, I'm not English and I'm not a girl. That's so good.
She's not a girl. She's
she's
woman.
Not. She's a strong woman who don't need no man.
Oh, my God. You can't pull that off, can you, babes?
Why?
It didn't come across right.
Okay. So I liked that scene where Jack and Angelo first got their room together, and they were trying to scope out whether each other were on that wavelength.
Yeah.
And they did that classic thing of they were looking at that woman across the way.
Yeah.
And Angelo was like, oh, you like that, don't you? And Jack's like, I like a lot of things. And then, yeah.
But Jack is supposed to be bisexual, right?
That's what he means by I like a lot of things.
Yeah, but he's only ever had sex with men on the show.
No. Oh, actually seeing him have sex, I suppose, with men, yeah. I can't remember time with a woman.
No.
But obviously we know he has had sex with women. He's had children. He's had this and that.
Yeah, and he had a grandchild that he killed.
Yes, we know.
How depressing.
It is depressing. But yeah, I like that whole like scoping out and talking in code a little bit. And then he sort of becomes Jack's companion, like he's the doctor and he's got a companion.
Yeah, but then he's like, bye, babes.
Yeah.
You killed me. And then you tied me up with your friend and killed me, what, 10?
Oh, many times.
I do agree with Jack, though, that it's nothing to do with his blood.
Yeah, I completely agree. We'll come on, I think, we can talk about it now if you want.
We'll come on to it.
Okay.
Because we need to go through the episode.
Okay. Well, last time we were left on the cliffhanger of somebody wants Gwen to take Jack to them.
Yes.
And then she does it. She kidnaps him.
Yes.
She tases him.
Yes. And
she is, because it's her child is involved.
Yeah.
She would, like you said before, she will do anything.
Yeah.
She's ruthless.
And then Jack said that he would peel her skin off her scalp.
Yeah, to cling on to life now that he's been made mortal.
And my personal opinion on this, Jack...
You've had more than your fair share.
You've had more than your fair share. You've had more... There are children out there. You sacrificed your own grandchild.
Yeah. It is true, he has had more than his fair share, but at the same time, I can understand him feeling like that when you've grown used to not dying and having stuff to do. Yeah,
he can run into danger and be like, oh, I'm just going to live. So Jack is a fixed point in time.
He is.
Anything that is birthed from a fixed point should surely be a fixed point?
No, I don't think so. Because it's not in his DNA, it's not in his genes.
It is. His DNA is fixed in time to be alive.
His specific person.
Yeah, so half of his DNA that he puts into people...
Yeah, he is one individual person, and that one individual person is meant to be alive.
But no, his DNA is fixed to be alive, yeah? So half of the people he makes should be half immortal.
I don't... Well, what do you mean half? How can you be half immortal?
Long life.
Well, maybe that's true then. Maybe they would have a long life. I'm sure there was a line in Children of Earth when that agent captured his daughter and grandson. She said something about, do you share your father's powers or something like that?
Yeah. But no, I just think Jack is like, hey, babes, I'm just a...
girl who can't say no.
Oh my God, he's just a man who cannot say no. He sees a fitty thing with a round thing in his face and he just says...
Yeah. I like Angelo. He's quite handsome.
Mm.
Not your type.
Not my type at all.
No. Who is your type then in this show?
Reese.
Oh my God, Reese is gorgeous. He's so handsome. By the way, you know Jack's wrist strap that scans things? He said in the car it responds to his DNA. He was saying basically he could find Anwen. And he said it responds to my DNA. And I felt like he was about to indicate that he was the father. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I felt...
And then he said, oh, I could recode it to be your DNA. But it was just like that brief flash of that brief moment of, oh my God, is he saying he's the father? Are they admitting it to each other or something? Did you think that as well?
No. That is Reese's baby.
Oh, it is. But did you not? But you just said you was...
yeah. I did think, I was like, what are you on about? Because Anwen had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, where is he going with this? And then I realised, because it was that convoluted thing that he was saying, I twigged, oh, you're lying.
Oh, I see. Yeah, oh, because it couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a load of rubbish.
And Gwen was like,
you bastard. Yeah. There are some fantastic actors in this show. John Barrowman is not one of them.
Oh, that's the main thing I want to talk about. John Barrowman is not very good would never make a very good romantic lead. I'm sorry to say that to John Barrowman.
You said...
I just don't think I think he was out of his depth. I just don't think he does very well in romance.
No.
I just think, like, it came across quite cringy. It came across quite forced. It came across quite, like... He probably felt like he was doing such, like, oh my God, look at me, I'm so sultry. Yeah. I was like, it just came across really cringy.
No, I do agree. But I don't really rate his acting in general, to be fair.
And, like, Angelo, the actor who played Angelo, he was good actor. He coloured it, you know what I mean?
Mm.
There was colour, where John Barrowman is just like, okay, this scene is red. I'm going to red it all over. This scene is blue. I'm going to blue it all over.
Like John Barrowman's poster paints, like primary colours.
He's like a child trying to, like, he's trying to, like, put, like, a square peg
in a round hole.
He's just like, oh, not like, oh, no. Yeah, no. I just
keeps trying to shove it in.
Do I think he's a handsome man? Yes, I do think he's a handsome man.
Yeah, there's plenty of handsome men in this world.
Do I think that he is the best actor in the world? No.
No. Do you know he's basically like Tom Cruise from Wish, isn't he?
Yeah, and I really hate his accent.
Yeah.
I just feel like everyone... Isn't he Scottish?
Yeah.
Why can't he have a Scottish accent?
We've talked about this so many times.
Does he actually have a Scottish accent when he relaxes?
When he's with his family, it comes out. But day to day, he does speak with that American accent that he has in this. Anywho, he said the line, which is the thing that I've been saying to you since the beginning of this podcast, about magic and technology, and sometimes they're indistinguishable.
No.
Yeah, you've always had a problem with that. But I think it makes perfect sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Ben!
No.
Show a smartphone to a Victorian child, they'll think it's magic.
But it's not.
Yeah, so show whatever scanning thing he was doing with his wrist strap to us. It looks like magic to us. But it's technology just from the future. Can we talk about the alien parasite in the box?
Ugh, if we must.
So he said it burrows into your brain and blah, 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 blah. So is it the same one that killed Owen's fiancée? Do you remember?
No.
She had a parasite in her brain.
She did. But it did not look like that.
What did it look like then?
It was like a blob thing.
Oh, I thought it was the same.
Oh yeah, then he turned into a master slut after that. He was like, I don't want love.
Oh, Owen did, yeah.
I don't want love, I don't want magic, I don't want this, I don't want that, I'm a doctor.
What accent is that supposed to be, Ben?
Owen's accent.
Do you know, sometimes I can be such a wanker, apparently.
This story would be so much better with the gang.
Oh.
I missed the gang.
Good old Tosh and Owen and Yanto.
Yeah.
Yanto got a mention.
Dead and dead.
When he was talking to the older Angelo in the bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying earlier about the acting, and like Eve Miles, her acting in this series, she's so good. It's like you forget she's acting and she's just a real person.
She's probably the best actor in the show.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't explain how she does it, but you don't feel like she's delivering lines. You feel like she is just this person.
Yeah, and she's being sent back to Wales to her family.
Yeah,
and she's going to go to the ruins of the Torchwood hub.
Do you think?
Because they need someone there and there.
Why?
Because I think the morphic field is bigger. It's bigger than that plate, and so they need someone and they need the Rift's help.
Right. Yeah, that's because the Rift still exists, doesn't it? And there's no one there to protect Cardiff from it now. Like, it's a bit sad. Like, they had enough to fill 2 series with all the things that were going on every week. And there's no one there to protect them now.
They're just like weevils running about.
Yeah.
Globs running about.
Sex gas monsters coming down.
People flying through the sky and having romances and then flying back through the sky and coming down. And then, oh my God, that episode was such a good episode.
Which one?
Where Tosh waited every so often to wake up the man from the frozen
Yeah,
box.
that was a good one.
And then she fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And then they had sex.
Yeah, and then she had to lose him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. So we get this glimpse of these three men who are making a deal about purchasing Jack, or his power of resurrection.
Yeah.
And it turns out in the next episode that they are representatives of three families. Costa Dane, Abel March, and Friends, yeah.
Friends.
And then they finally get to the drop-off point, and this woman comes and says, I can take you to the one man who can tell you how the miracle began. Angelo Colasanto.
Yeah, but then he doesn't say a word.
No, because he's like barely clinging on to...
He's clinging
life.
on just to see Jack one last time.
Yeah. So the lady who played Olivia Colasanto, the granddaughter, the actress's name is Nana Visitor. Oh. Her name is Nana. And it just makes me laugh every time I see it, because I just think it's what you would say if you were at your nan's house and the doorbell goes. You'd be like, Nana Visitor.
What a stretch.
Sorry, but that's how my brain works.
Freaking stretch.
I think that's funny. Nana Visitor. Weird name. Anyway, and she was only in like 20 minutes or something, 15 minutes.
Yeah, she didn't get exploded.
But then she got exploded by Friedkin, the Toy Story guy.
They're still alive.
Well...
It's got very messy.
Yeah.
It's got very, very, very convoluted.
Yeah, so if you're sitting in a car and there's a bomb and the bomb explodes and there's no trace of anything, like no trace of bits of body or anything.
There are.
Like what? What's the biggest?
Jack exploded, didn't he? Because he had a stomach bomb.
Oh yeah, and they found an arm, didn't they?
Yeah, and they regrew from that arm.
But they're not going to regrow. That's the difference.
No, and the lady who got crushed by a car, her eye was still moving. But it's just like, but then some people are. It's so bad. And
now we're getting Category 0 introduced.
Yeah.
Which is basically the new death penalty. Yeah. So now there's, if it's been decided that you deserve to be burnt in these ovens, then that's what you are. And that's what Oswald Danes is going to be, apparently.
Yeah. He's so creepy.
Yeah. But it's exactly what would happen. That's so realistic.
Yeah.
Because they've got the death penalty in these states in America. And then the miracle happens and no one can die. Eventually we can't kill you, but we're going to destroy you.
Yeah, this is the thing what I don't understand. You can't die, but yet you can die.
You can be destroyed.
There's no... It's just like, okay, so the man in the computer room...
Who's that?
The man who got shot in the throat.
Oh, him, the hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shawnee got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not being killed, they're just being... put out of commission, yeah. But there are certain things, obviously, like being blown up by a bomb or being burnt in the ovens. Like you
yeah, but I think
it's destroying you. It's destroying your body.
Yeah, I just think it's so weird.
If you have no body and you're just ash, a pile of ash, you can't call that being alive.
No, if you're just a pile of ash, then you're just a pile of ash.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
keep yourself away from that lady who eats people.
Yeah.
Ash people. All right, okay, we're just going to have to say it. We're going to have to say it. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room.
What's
Charlotte Wills?
Oh my God, Charlotte Wills.
That is not her fucking name.
She's a double agent.
And
I remembered when I saw her pop up in this episode, I remembered, she turns out to be a double agent. And I was like trying to not give anything away.
I think she's nice in the terms of the fact that actually I think her like for Esther is genuine. Well, it came across as genuine.
Yeah, but that's what a good double agent does, isn't it? They're good at...
I think Shapiro is in on it.
You think?
Because...
I don't think he is. I think he's just a dick. And he said she's the bane of his life. But I don't think he knows what she is.
Oh, then I'm going to say she is going to be the bane of your life.
Yeah. But do you know what's funny is people keep making all these little family jokes, like the man who was like, we're a family business. And then Charlotte's on the phone and she just goes, oh no, it was just a family thing. Like,
is that her son?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or is that her husband?
I don't think so.
Or brother?
Could be.
Is she Colasanto? No. Is she...
Costa Danes, Abel March or Friends?
Let me...
But those names have all been wiped from history anyway.
Yeah, because she wiped them.
Yeah. And then she's pretending to be like, oh, we will get everything on this. We will find this. There's got to be a trace. She's very good. But how long has she been working in the CIA? How long has she been covering this up? All her life. Like,
Yeah, they've needed someone in there.
yeah.
And so my thing is that anything that comes up that links something Vicorp or Billy Bob or whatever, she just buries it. Imagine there's like a reboot and like Torchwood has to be reinstated because it's like they need to investigate why the rift is growing, and now the whole of the Wales is a rift.
But also, I think, given the end of Series 5, the cracks got sealed up. So is the rift one of the cracks, and has that been sealed up now?
Oh.
Maybe that's why we no longer need a Torchwood in Cardiff.
Well, that's very boring, isn't it?
Well, it could open up again, I'm sure. But yeah, so Angelo dies.
Yes.
And that's the big deal because nobody dies at the moment.
Yeah, but he's on a morphic plate.
So
he's on a null field.
Yes, very interesting.
Which doesn't act as the normal parameters that surround it. So
yeah, so it's like a magnetic field or something, isn't it? Or like it cancels it out. So there's obviously a massive one covering the whole Earth.
Yeah, North Pole, South Pole, and it's using the magnetic field.
And then he's got this this panel under his floor, which he obviously put there so that he could die
when Jack came.
Yeah,
he needed to see Jack again. He needed Jack to love him. I think Jack has loved many people over his time.
I think he does. Yeah, I think he does.
I think he's loved. Not Pablo, is it? What's his name?
Angelo.
Oh, Angelo. He's loved Yanto. He's loved Simon. He's loved David. He's loved Susan and Trindy. And
what was that woman's name? Esme? Was it? Do you remember that woman who was interested in the fairies? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember what her name was.
And then, yeah.
Estelle.
Estelle.
That was it. I knew it began with an E. Yeah, anywho.
Yeah.
There's this line, I think it was Gwen that said it, because she was talking about how they fought all these things before, but like, she said, this time the whole world is changing and we're just so tiny. And that just like, that feels so relatable.
Yeah.
Because there's so much awful stuff going on in the world and you just feel, as an individual, you feel so tiny and like there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I thought that was very relatable. But also quite inspiring that you can do something. Like people like Torchwood are saying, yeah, we can do something.
Yeah.
We've realised that Esther, the actress, I think is Alexa Havens, is basically an American Emma Watson.
Yeah, the way she delivers some lines.
She has certain quivers in her voice, certain breaks in her voice. She's a much better actress than Emma Watson.
Emma Watson's not bad.
Depends what she's doing, I guess.
She goes, "Coming, Mum!"
Yeah. "Coming, Mum!" Did you see that video of Ariana Grande doing her Emma Watson impression?
No.
She's like, "Ron's been splinched."
Is she a very good mimicist?
She is a very good impression. She also...
Mimicist!
She is a very good mimic.
Mimicist.
I saw her doing an interview. She was telling a story about something that Cynthia Erivo had said, and she just slipped into Cynthia Erivo's voice for a second and then back to her own. It was so funny. Again, talking about fantastic acting, the scenes between Oswald and Gilly Kitzinger are always good.
Yeah.
Bill Pullman, as we've said, is fantastic. And then the actress playing Gilly is called Lauren Ambrose, and I don't know what she's known for. I did look her up, and there's nothing that...
Feeding the Gods?
There's nothing that jumps out at me.
Feeding the Gods?
Oh, Ambrose, yeah, very funny. There's nothing that jumps out at me. It's like, oh, I know her from that. But she's very good. And she gets credited on every beginning of every episode as special guest star, which makes me feel like she must be a big deal in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's very good.
She is my favourite, like, I would say, a part of the villains.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that she's a villain.
She is good. She reminds me a bit of Glory from Buffy.
Oh my god, I forgot about Glory.
Yeah, she was a great villain. Don't say too much for spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it, but yeah.
Did I like Series 5?
Yeah, it's probably my favourite. Well done for remembering which season it was. You've got a good memory.
I know I do.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favourite seasons. Very sad news about Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh yeah, the Ice Princess.
The Ice Princess?
Yeah.
What?
That's what she was in.
Was she?
Did a film called The Ice Princess.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is fantastic.
I know.
With Kim Cattrall.
I only know her from Buffy, and I'm sure something else quite well known. But yeah, very sad that she passed away. So quite young. Was she 39? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all that stuff like Oswald and the prostitute.
Oh my God. She was feisty.
Yeah. But what is he being genuine? He said he wants to leave that behind him and he wants a woman and and she clocked him and she was like, would this be your first date ever? And started laughing at him and he got really angry. So I think that is the case. I think he's never had a healthy relationship or anything like that. And
like, the thing is, though, the thing what made me feel a bit uncomfortable was that she was willing to do anything for him.
oh, but some people are like that. For money, they will do anything, won't they?
And I wonder how much she was getting paid.
Yeah. Probably a lot. But then she turned it down because it's very powerful, isn't it? When she goes about, oh, I don't mind you pushing my face in the dirt or dressing me up like a schoolgirl or whatever. But she said, I'm not going to sit opposite you and pretend that you're normal. That was very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's going to shit for him, isn't it?
Well, it was always going to.
Yeah, of course it was going to. But so what I wonder is, so he had a lethal injection, didn't he? That kind of execution. Which obviously then the miracle happened and he didn't die. But if the switch flipped and the miracle got cancelled right now, would he die now or would he have to have it again?
I guess it depends on how much is burnt out of your system.
Yeah, because how does the injection work? What does it do to your insides?
I don't know.
I guess that's if it succeeded, because that's what they had in the first episode. Like the execution was successful, nothing went wrong.
Yeah.
So I think he would die if the switch got flipped.
But there's nothing in his system.
Yeah, but
So
if it's done, it's damage.
If that's the same as Rex, then
Yeah.
Rex will die when it flips, unless he's healed enough. If he's healed enough, then he might
Be all right.
Yeah, I want this story to wrap up now.
Well, we've got 2 episodes to go. We're getting there. So, oh my God, we just have to mention that the thing where Jack modified the null field to cancel out sound waves, and it was very Harry Potter-esque.
It was very much like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I've just modified it for convenience of the plot.
It was very, what do they call that spell? Muffliato. Like that scene in Deathly Hallows in the movie where the camera pans around Hermione and it goes through the shield.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then she's like, he could smell it. My perfume.
I need to do a new spell. No perfuminionius. No perfuminionius.
Yeah.
Do not smell me. I'm like, you're on the run. Why do you get time to use perfume?
I've packed a lot of books and my Chanel No. 5.
What is she, a fucking old lady?
I don't know, it's the only perfume I could think
Oh
of.
my God. Opium? Opius?
Opium? I don't think she brought opium with her.
Opus? Mademoiselle? Dior Mademoiselle?
Okay.
Sauvage, but she's not a man. But she could wear smart for Sauvage if she wants.
Did Calvin Klein do a women's fragrance?
Yeah, one.
I thought that was a
Which is
men's
unisex.
fragrance. Oh, was it unisex? Hence one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not a perfume podcast. And yeah, so Esther is now on the run with a wounded Jack.
And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing!
I don't know where to go. Say something, please.
I think Jack's going to go.
Because he's been shot in the stomach and he's not responding.
I think
So what's happening?
that he's going to go. I just think it's going to take time.
You think he's going to resurrect?
Yeah.
Okay. But how does that fit with everything we've seen about his wounds not healing and stuff? His mortality?
I think it just is going to be what it is.
Well, we have to wait and see. So those are episodes 7 and 8.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
It's so boring.
You say that, but look how much it's given us to talk about.
Yeah, and like we can talk about it, but it doesn't mean that in the moment I'm not bored.
Fair enough.
But
I don't know. I think you're enjoying it a little bit more than you're letting on because you do make comments like and this and that.
Oh yeah,
things.
when it revealed that Charlotte Wills was a part of the family, I thought, okay, that just felt so throwaway. It just felt like there was no time to like absorb it.
Yeah, but you're going to find out more about that obviously going forward, presumably.
Yeah, but then she just got Shawnee killed.
Yeah, but she was an agent, wasn't she? Remember when she wanted to, well, she was pretending she wanted to be an intern and Ginny was just like, get me a sandwich, tomato and Swiss on sourdough. Let's see how you can handle that or something like that. Like, That's like she was giving her like a test to like be the most specific kind of sandwich. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Swiss
cheese.
Yeah, I hate that it's just called Swiss.
That's probably how they call it in America.
Why do you not just call it Swiss cheese? Or is Swiss...
When you think of Swiss cheese, you think of the ones with holes in.
Yeah.
That's the holy cheese. Anywho, no messages this week.
Oh, boo-boo!
Oh, apart from... I just bring up this hilarious encounter that I had on TikTok with the troll. So,
Where they need to produce the jingle. What's that going under the bridge? It's the weekly troll of the week. What's that living under a bridge? It's the troll of the week.
Okay. So one of our videos... now, okay, let me just say, I understand.
Stephen needs to...
let
me tell the story.
No, I need to get this off my chest. Right. I understand that we are a weird podcast and we are maybe an acquired taste. And I think you'd have to listen to the podcast to understand us and to understand our humour.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I put videos, like little clips from the podcast on social media, taken out of context, if it comes up on someone's For You page and they don't know the podcast, sometimes it must be like, what the fuck am I watching? But if that's me and I'm scrolling and I see something like that, I just think whatever, and I just scroll past it. Yeah? But I don't understand. So this lovely, lovely, delightful person just commented, what on earth are you on about? Let the show go and go out and touch some grass. Fast. Jeez.
I walk to work.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay. I just found that hilarious that someone would be spurred on to write such a comment just from a silly little TikTok. And I said, this comment is hilarious. And then he came back and he said, get some help, ASAP, mate. Get some help. I think he's more in need of help if he's going to be driven to such anger by a little TikTok video. Don't you think?
We're not complaining of the fact that you probably love football or whatever. I don't give a shit, really.
And then the last thing he said to me was, your parents must be so embarrassed to have you. Jesus Christ, grow up.
Actually, my parent is very proud, and Stephen's parents are very proud as well.
Exactly. My parents are very proud of me.
Babe, they've got 2 degrees.
Yeah, and my whole life does not revolve around a Doctor Who podcast.
No, Stephen's very talented.
I've got many things in my life that people are proud of me for. Anyway.
Have you written a play? Have you put the play on? Oh, babe. Oh, you haven't, babes. Well, get a grip.
So, yeah. And I
haven't, by the way, podcast. Stephen has.
And I know I shouldn't engage with these people, but I put this on our story because I said, like, when you have been bullied as a child for being different, there's something in you that just thinks, as an adult, like, I've had enough. Like, I want to stand up for myself.
Yes. And I get it. But when I go off on one, I go off on one.
Oh, believe me, I know.
It's not so pleasant.
Yeah.
To witness. And so,
But yeah, I just thought, so a lot of people are asking me, oh, are you okay? And all that, like, was I upset about this guy? I actually wasn't particularly upset. I just thought it was hilarious that he was being so bizarre.
There are 8 billion people in this world, mate.
Yeah.
You're focusing on 2 people who just do this for fun. Like,
yeah.
If you listen, you listen. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoy it, thank you for sticking around. If you want to listen, thank you. Yeah. But if you don't want to listen, that's fine.
That's fine, absolutely fine.
No one's forcing you to listen.
I just thought he made himself look like a knob.
Of course he did.
So yeah, that was that. That was my entertainment for this week. Anywho, so going from people online who hate us to people online who love us. Patreon, shout outs. Patreon, shout outs. As ever, we're hugely grateful to our wonderful patrons. Honestly, your support means the world.
It does. It really does help the podcast to survive and grow.
And you lovely, lovely supporters are Louisa, Philip, Northerly, Jason, Tom, Louis, Michael, Ferner, Heather, Benny, Caleb, Monica, Amber, Jess, Kaylee, Jay, Owen, Natalie, Imogen, Sarah, Aaron, Jake, Janie, Elijah, Tony, Nat, Leah, Lewis, and Lucy. Oh, will you stop taking the mick out of my voice? Lucy.
Thank you again for your support. We're just 2 gay men having some fun.
What does us being gay have to do with it?
Oh, we're 2 men just having some fun.
Okay. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd like to join them, You know how to go about it. It's all in the link tree on our show notes. This is your weekly reminder that on the 22nd of March, we're doing a live show, which will be streaming on YouTube. Details for how to access that will be going on our social media on the day. But it's 7 p.m, Saturday the 22nd of March. Be there or be square. We're celebrating 20 years of new Doctor Who. And
be there or be TARDIS.
And 100 episodes of About Time.
Be there or be TARDIS. Tardy.
Oh, like tardy, like late.
TARDIS.
Yeah, don't be tardy. So yeah,
this is about Doctor Who. Oh my god, I've got to watch Rose.
Yeah,
I hate Rose.
Well,
I'd rather watch Donna.
Well, it is what it is. We're celebrating Rose. So if you're coming to that, if you're coming to join us for the live episode, make sure you've got Rose set up to watch along with us, and we'll do a little countdown and press play together. So we're watching it at the same time.
Oh yeah, because we can't have the video because of copyright, and the BBC hates more creators.
Anywho, thanks for putting up with us again for another week.
Sorry that this is boring, and we'll get on to better times, and better days, and better places.
We will.
I hope that Series 5 of Doctor Who will prove fruitful and happy.
We've watched Series 5.
I hope Series 6 of Doctor Who is fruitful and happy.
Well, your big treat for Series 6 is that it's very River prominent.
River, River, River.
And you love River.
They can have a baby.
You love a good River song.
Yeah.
We will see you next week. Until that time,
stay cool, stay safe,
stay fantastic. Woo!
Let's do that again. Stay cool, stay safe,
stay fantastic.
Use the second one.
Get rid of the woo. Because it was so camp.
Woo! Woo!